After my work trip in Belgium in the fall, I wanted to go somewhere both warm and where I could use my new scuba certification. Ideally somewhere kind of close, but that I hadn't been before. So naturally I flew 10 hours overnight to Muscat, Oman. For those unfamiliar, it's over near Dubai. And like Dubai, it's evident that there's a lot of massive oil wealth intersecting with the traditional culture. It's like 5% beautiful new modernity and 95% third world with very little in the middle. The airport, for example, was easily one of the fanciest I've ever been through.
That's a sweet bench. I'm a little tired.
Some of the main tourist attractions are fancy too, the Opera House and the Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque being the primary examples. I made a point to visit the mosque, and it was really impressive.
All right, I've relinquished my shoes, walking around inside the Sultan Grand Mosque during the small window of the morning when non-Muslim visitors are allowed to enter. It's so pristine. Everything is sparkly marble and clean and angular. It's like a modern mosque, I think is the right term. Whew. Did I mention it's hot? Like really, really hot, and I'm wearing black pants?
Previous world record holder for largest chandelier in the world. Holy crap.
The other fancy area I spent a lot of time in was my hotel's neighborhood. This kind of figurative tourism bubble with expensive hotels, restaurants, etc., including a golf course in the desert and a nearly deserted super upscale mall where I couldn't resist being the one customer for the dozen employees at the virtual reality arcade. That was pretty cool, actually. I stayed in this neighborhood called Al Mouj because it also has the marina where I plan to go scuba diving for 3 days. It's a great example of what I mean with the kind of selective modernity. At the edge, there's no transition. It just becomes dirt and a road. No sidewalks to the regular neighborhoods nearby if you wanted to eat local or something. Even the marina was built to support like 3 times the volume of stuff that's currently there, so it's half dirt pit / construction area. Very different from Europe, where there's been human stuff on every inch of ground anywhere near any city for like hundreds of years. It can come across as artificial. But thankfully I did go down to the main city too and check out some landmarks. I also made friends with a taxi driver.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
This is the Al Alam Palace, one of the residences of the Sultan, and again, just a massive, deserted, pristine, manicured area with room for presumably large public events. Downtown, there's the Mutra Souq. That comes up as a major landmark. Souk is like an Arab street market. This one is in alleys between buildings that have been enclosed to like make it feel like it's indoors. I wandered a large percentage of the walkways and found most of the shops to have very similar kind of cheap souvenir type items. There were a few with interesting traditional style clothing, textiles, spices, and others with more expensive luxury goods like perfumes. But honestly, my overall impression here was kind of negative. Hate to say it, but tourist trap. I've been to many markets in many places. This was pretty small, and that artificial feeling I mentioned earlier extended to the quality of the goods. The positive side of the market was the food. The street food for sale was authentic and interesting. I went in specifically looking for sambusa. These are like tiny samosa things. It was a lot of fried stuff, though. Throughout the week, I tried to sample Omani dishes in some of the various restaurants near my hotel. It was even interesting to see what was on offer, even if I didn't eat there. Like, why on earth did my hotel have a menu that they referred to as being Tex-Mex? I did try the nearby Turkish place, though. Omani food has a lot of, like, spiced, slow-cooked meats, stuff baked in clay pots. I saw a variety of starches from rices, breads, hummus-style dips. It's unsurprisingly Middle Eastern, but with some, like, Indian influence in there. I will say that my hotel's breakfast buffet had one of the best falafels I've ever had, better than almost every restaurant I've had in the US. We really need to step up our game. I don't think they were even trying very hard. It was just a breakfast buffet.
All right, I've gone full sun protection here. Eating my fried sesame dough ball. I don't know. Walking from the Mutra Souq over to the fort. Got the harbor on the side here. One of the king's 2 mega yachts. The other one's behind it. I don't know why you need 2 mega yachts.
My favorite landmarks were the old fortifications all around the city. Basically, every hilltop had some sort of old castle fort on the top of it, some of which you could walk up to.
Okay, I've been playing a game that's called Tourism Entrance or Dilapidated Ruins. So far, I've been losing. Let's see if this is the right one. Oh, there we go. Those look like promising steps. Gotta say, I'm fading. 2 hours of sleep on an airplane last night. It's about 92 degrees today. Still wearing those black pants. And all that incense in the marketplace. Woo! About time to go sit by a pool. But instead, I'm climbing some stairs. With no one else. I swear this is a tourist attraction. I saw some white people in the market, but not really anywhere else. I'm sure there's some around here somewhere. I thought it was going to, and it really does remind me a lot of visiting Morocco. The Marrakesh marketplace, followed by the Atlas Mountains over there. This is just giving me that same vibe. Really awesome, impressive mountains that they have just in the city with the forts, ancient, medieval style castle forts on each hilltop here. Really cool. Were I here for more days, I think this would be an awesome place to go mountain biking. All the way to the top this time, and was greeted by this sweet, what I thought was some kind of artillery position, but the plaque says 3 pounds breech loading rifled gun for use as port defense during World War II.
Overall, I found Muscat to be pretty much as I had anticipated. I love getting off the beaten path and being somewhere I don't feel like there are many visitors. Extra points for them for feeling safe and offering some Western amenities if you want them. But there is a reason it's not a major tourism destination. They're still developing the city, and there aren't many major landmarks. And it's actually quite expensive, even still. And then you get that kind of artificial feel when you're in the tourist areas that folks tend to associate with like Dubai-style luxury, hollow. My target was the scuba in the area, and it was awesome to get a chance to also experience a new city at the same time. Perfect for that, in fact. But I wouldn't tell someone to travel all the way to Oman from the US for this city alone. You need to be a traveler with multiple destinations in mind, or be planning more sports or nature-centric activities too. Or I suppose you could also become a cardiologist and come here for a conference. Apparently.